The scope of my presentation are the following: Preamble of Philippine Constitution, history of ROTC programs, specific provisions and pertinent laws, what is Reserve Officer Training Corps, ROTC objectives, ROTC policies, opportunities, benefits of reservists, and salary of active military. Are you familiar with the preamble? So, may I read to you our preamble? Pwede po kayong sumabay sa screen. We, the sovereign Filipino people, imploring the aid of Almighty God in order to build a just and human society and establish a government that shall embody our ideas and aspirations, promote the common good, conserve and develop our patrimony, and secure to ourselves and our posterity the blessing of independence and democracy under the rule of law and a regime of truth, justice, freedom, love, equality, and peace, do ordain and promulgate this Constitution. And this is the Tagalog version of our preamble. Why we need to know the preamble? What is the importance of this preamble? Take note that the preamble, it is the framework of the Philippine Constitution, the guiding light of the Filipino people, ideal works of the Filipino people, reason why we exist a solid country or one nation. And these are the 16 values enshrined in the preamble. Ito po yung 16 values na nakapaloob sa ating preamble. Number 1, unity. Next is patriotism, pagmamahal sa bayan. Faith in Almighty God. Respect for law, respect for life, truth, justice, freedom, love, pagmamahal, pagmamahal sa bayan, pagmamahal sa kapwa, pagmamahal sa ating kalikasan. Equality, peace, promotion of the common good, concern for the family and future generation. Concern for the environment. If we say environment, of course, pagmamahal sa ating kapaligiran, sa ating kalikasan. No? Napapansin niyo ba, no? Pagka lumakas ang ulan, nagkaroon ng bagyo, mahinang ulan lang, nagpapas ba sa ating kalsada, ito'y umaapaw, no? Halos hindi na madaanan ng sasakyan. Bakit? Kasi halos ang ating mga kabundukan ay nasira na. Okay? At isa pa, ang maling pagtapon ng basura, no? Dapat mahalin natin ang ating kapaligiran, no? Wag lang basta tapon dito, tapon doon. Ang ating gobyerno, minsan sinisisi pa natin ang gobyerno na bakit pag umulan ay bumabaha agad, no? Ang gobyerno ay nagtayo ng mga kalsada, kaliwat kanan may kanal para may daanan ang tubig. Pero hindi makadaan dahil puno ito ng basura, no? Kaya minsan nasa atin din ang pagkukulang, no? Next is order and work. These are the 16 values enshrined in the preamble. And now, let us proceed to history of ROTC program. In 1912, marked as the beginning of the genuine ROTC instruction in the country. So, ibig sabihin, noong 1912 pala, mayroon ng ROTC sa ating bansa. And in 17 March 1922, the Department of Military Science and Tactics was formally organized in University of the Philippines at Diliman, Quezon City. On 23 December 1935, the Commonwealth Act Number 1, known as the National Defense Act, is legal basis for the conduct of ROTC instruction. So noong 1935 ay nagkaroon na ng formal, no, na ROTC instruction sa ating bansa. No? Panahon po ito ni former President Manuel L. Quezon. Noong panahon ng gera, during the Second World War, napakalaki po ng ginampanang papel ng mga ROTC cadets natin, yung mga nagtapos ng ROTC, sapagkat sila po ay naging force multiplier ng ating regular force upang magdepensa sa ating bansa. So yan po ang kahalagahan ng ROTC. Specific provisions and pertinent laws. Bear in mind that only the armed forces of the Philippines is the protector of the people and the state. Wala na pong iba. No? Only the armed forces. Kami yon, mga kasundaluhan natin. Kami ang tunay na protector ng ating bansa at ng mamamayan. So sabi ko kanina, Commonwealth Act Number 1, otherwise known as the National Defense Act of 1935, requiring the compulsory military training for all college students. So dito po nag-start yung compulsory military training o tinatawag nating ROTC sa lahat ng universities. Military, compulsory po ito. Then, lumabas po itong Executive Order Number 207. What is EO Number 207? It is the implementing arm of this act issued by President Manuel L. Quezon to prepare the youth for the defense of the state. So, yung sinabi ko kanina, di ba, yung mga ROTC cadet na nagtapos ng ROTC noon ay nag-participate sa World War, no? Para ipagtanggol ang ating inang bayan. And Presidential Decree 1706, nagkaroon po ng amendment sa Commonwealth Act Number 1. That was in 1990. Known as the National Service Law, which offered three components. Namely, military service, ito po yung ROTC natin. Next is the civil Welfare Service, and the other one is the Law Enforcement Service. It is being implemented by the Department of National Defense, the Commission on Higher Education, and the Department of Interior and Local Government. However, concerned agencies were not prepared to implement the CWS and LES component. Thus, military service program was the only program pursued in college and universities. So nanatili pa rin ang ROTC during that year kasi hindi pa handa ang CHED at ang DILG to implement the Civil Welfare Service and Law Enforcement Service. And lumabas po itong Republic Act 7077. It was enacted in 27 June 1991, otherwise known as the Armed Forces of the Philippines Reservist Act, which enforced and prescribing for a 2-year ROTC program as a requirement for graduation to all tertiary level students. So during this year and our time, being a former ROTC cadet, 2 years po ang ROTC namin noon. Samantalang kayo ngayon, 1 year lang po kayo ngayon. At mamaya matitik up natin kung bakit 1 year na lang kayo ngayon. Then, lumabas po itong expanded ROTC program in 1994. Again, a tripartite committee was formed among DND. Nagkita ulit yung tatlo, nag-usap ulit. DND, CHED, and DILG representatives, modifying the traditional 2-year ROTC program, which provide for a mandatory military training for the first curriculum year and optional to pursue military service, civil welfare service, and law enforcement service on the second year. Dito sa tinatawag na expanded ROTC program, so nagkapagkasunduan ng tatlong committee na sa unang taon sa kolehiyo, so lahat ang i-enroll nila ay military service o yung ROTC program. At pagdating sa ikalawang taon, sa second year, doon na sila mabimili kung itutuloy nila yung alinman sa tatlong component na nabanggit. Ito na yung tinatawag nating Republic Act 9163. School year 2000-2001. So, inamend niya yung Republic Act 7077 and Presidential Decree 1706. Nagkaroon ng revision, nagkaroon ng konting pagbabago. Known as the National Training Program Act of 2001. That was formally signed by PGMA, our former President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo, on 23 January 2002 and promulgated on 23 March 2003. The Republic Act 9163 composed of the three components. The ROTC, made ROTC optional and voluntary. So dito nagsimula ang optional ROTC para sa mga estudyante dahil dito sa Republic Act 9163.